Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time take a look at the 1998 Honda Logo TS. This car was requested by a Lonely Wolf, and this one could be a little bit controversial. You see, the logo does come with a racing mod, however I've decided not to use it. Purely because it comes in this fantastic green colour. How could I not use this green? Do let me know in the comment section whether you agree with my decision to not run race mod on this or not. Because if cars come in fantastic colours, you know, it can sway me maybe not to use them. While they might not be quite as quick as if they ran racing mod, you gotta love some of the silly colours. Anyways, this one is front wheel drive, 191 horsepower, 901 kilos of weight, a fairly decent amount of torque. It is a standard sort of small city car, the Honda logo, one that I actually quite like. The Honda logo, and not a lot of people do, but I do sort of like this. I have an affinity. Someone family member used to own one of these, and I quite liked it. So yeah, I do have a bit of an affinity for the Honda logo, even though it was probably a bit terrible. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land, trying to set the best of it possibly can. Currently there is a Suzuki Scooter Pipe Speed Condition, that's at time 27.710. The Honda logo, unlikely to beat that. The Honda logo probably going to aim around the 33-second mark. I can't imagine this car being hugely quick. Maybe a little bit quicker than key cars, but not that much quicker. Toyota Yaris, I believe, got a 32.9, however that was race modified, unlike this car, so yeah, not really too sure as to where the logo. Daihatsu Sirion was 2-wheel drive, that got a 32 point something, can't quite remember what, so maybe that'll be where the logo ends up, I'm not too sure. I do love this colour though, absolutely fantastic green colour. You'd know by now, if you've been, well, even if you've been only watching the Hot Lap Classic and none of my other stuff, you should know, big fan of fantastic colours. If a car comes in purples or greens or bright yellows or something, I'm likely going to use the brightest, most brash colours I can find, just because, you know, we live in a world where there's a load of black and silver and red and dreary car colours. You need to spice things up occasionally. Have some silly colours. Gotta say, Honda logo not driving particularly well. Well, it does look awesome. Doesn't really drive very nicely. Quite a lot of understeer, and it's one of those weird cars where you can really tell the fact that there's no ABS on this, where it basically just locks all of its turning as soon as you put the brakes on, which is a little bit of an issue. Yeah, the worst bit is it's just general understeer. Usually with these cars they're either off power or on power understeer. This just has understeer in general, which is not too good. Luckily it's not going to be quite as bad as the Renault Clio. Would kind of like to see this beat the Corsa though. Can't quite remember where the Corsa's at. I want to say it was a 34 something. However, I don't really know. Ooh. It seems to be off power understeer, because when I put my foot down the it does seem to counter it a little bit. Running to the line, 33.813. Okay, save this car from complete and utter disaster. Yeah, it's just not quite as good as, say, a Daihatsu Sirion, or I don't know, what else have we used around here? I suppose it's better than the Daihatsu Opti, but then again it's got 100 more horsepower than that Opti had. Yeah, it's just not an ideal car. I can imagine we haven't really used a lot of these sort of weirder front-wheel drive hatchbacky things, but as we go on and use some of them, you'll probably see, for the most part, they're all not particularly great, really. If you do want a front-wheel drive hatchback, your best bet's probably going with like the Yaris or the Fiat Cinquecento is actually, or the 500 as it's called in this game. Actually a pretty good car to go along with as well, because, you know, they get reasonable amounts of power and also have good handling. This, while it doesn't have a lot of power, just doesn't really have the handling to pull it all together. but a 33.486, probably more of a luck-based time, but nevertheless, that is the time that it does go home with, a time which you can be kind of happy with, although, yeah, it really did more or less come together for it on that final lap. Anyways, let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. Onto the leaderboard then, and the Honda logo TS goes into 141st place with a 33.486, a pretty decent time for its class of car. Does beat out the Plymouth Muscle Car, Toyota MR2 Show Edition, Toyota Sora, does lose out slightly to the Mitsubishi Pajero Mini, the Mini 1.3 and the Toyota Sora. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.